This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com. Let's talk about Linda making the news. She's actually going to attract some negative attention on September 30th when she was speaking before the National Federation of Independent Business. Here's the quote that got her in a little trouble. The minimum wage now in our country, I think we've set that. So there are a lot of people who have benefited from it in our country, but I think we ought to review how much it ought to be and whether or not we ought to have increases in the minimum wage. When asked by reporters, Linda said she didn't know what minimum wage was. Her handlers then shut down the press conference, realizing how bad that was for the optics. And this would wind up being a major blow in her campaign. And, at this point, she spent over $50 million on the campaign. And we know she's ultimately going to lose, to the Democrat who is still the U.S. Senator in that market now, I believe. And of course, he was a staunch opponent of President Donald Trump. It all worked out for Linda. Eventually, we know Linda's going to be a part of Trump's cabinet, but still this campaign and the spend had to be something that was at least talked about backstage. 50 million bucks here to win a job that pays a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of that. What did you make of Linda trying to make a run here?
You remember ladies change purses?
Yes.
You know, this is old Southern ladies that, you know, if you asked them for 37 cents, they pull out their change purse and open it up.
Yep.
By God, they had 37 cents. I would suggest Linda got the 50 million out of her change purse.
So you didn't
no big deal to her. So don't worry about what she spent. She was having a good time. And every one of us, you know, let me just say, Linda McMahon had never been anything but nice to me. And that's the way I feel about people. They condition me to treat them the way I do.
Yeah.
You're good to me. I don't care if everybody else in the room hates your guts. I'm going to be nice to you because you were nice to me.
Yeah.
And we were all pulling for her. Number one, we thought if that was her ambition, you know, that's she could help the country in some way or the state or whatever it was that she was living in, more power to her. That's about as far as my politics goes. You know, politicians should be there for all of us, to help all of us. And that's about as political as I get. I'm for the guy that's going to, you know, make us all have a better life. And so we were pulling for her, and we thought it would be good for the business, obviously. You know, we're always trying to upgrade our image, you know, to the public when I really don't think we should have to. I mean, we're in the wrestling business. It is what it is. It's entertainment. You either love it or you hate it. There's not a lot of people that are real warm about it. They're hot or cold. So, you know, we knew it would, if she were to win, that it would be, you know, we would all hang our hat on that, you know, and say, good for you. One of ours, you know, if you can look at her as being one of ours. She was in the family, certainly, you know, did well for herself. Besides the billions that she's made from the wrestling industry. So yeah, we're all pulling for her.
It's sort of fun to talk about Linda because, well, we as a internet wrestling community don't talk about her enough, in my opinion. But the thing that really sticks out to me is you said, well, I treat people how they treat me. I've never heard one story of Linda treating someone poorly. I just don't think that. I think she's one of the rare folks who's managed to navigate the wrestling space without pissing people off. It's pretty remarkable.
Well, I just think she's a nice person, you know, and, you know, as far as inner workings of the business, you know, I don't think, you know, she could sit down and tell you how to book a live event and what names to put down across from each other and, you know, what match to take intermission afterwards and what do you begin with or what do you end with? You know, she doesn't know the nuts and bolts of the business, but she comes in, she is who she is, and she makes a nice impression and she treats everybody like they're human beings.
Right.
You know, there's not this wide economic gap between you and her. You don't feel that when you're talking to her.
Totally agree. I had a chance to meet her and, you know, she never meets a stranger. She's just, a remarkable person. Let's talk. Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.